Hello and welcome everyone. This is not the kind of video I usually make, but this kind of stuff needs to be shown and talked about, so it's about crossout, excuse me. So, this case is about another player being harassed and bullied by the moderators and admins, and support is completely useless, corrupt and ignorant about the issue. So in other words, admin abuse, corruption and ignorance continues in shitout. Crossout. If you haven't seen my previous video on why I don't play this game anymore and why you should stay away, then check out the link in the description. That video, yes indeed, there is a lot of stuff on it, almost 1 hour long video. But this video is about another player who came to me and was hoping that I can make a video on it. I checked through his case and it seems like it should be shown to the public, so let's get started. Alright, so first of all, he specifically recorded the videos, which you can see running on the background. He's just scrolling through the stuff so that some scrub doesn't say that it's fake or something like this, you know. But anyway, they were talking in the chat about like builds and game mechanics and stuff like this, and then one of the GMs called Thunderroad_, he got butthurt over something, even though they broke no chat rules at all, they were just talking about stuff. And this GM just got butthurt, and then, well, you can see what happened next. Well, unfortunately he doesn't have the entire chat discussion what they were talking about, but they didn't break any chat rules, and if they did, then this GM should have mentioned it and brought out the specifics why they are not allowed to do that. But anyway, so he just messages him, "Aether, you take it to private or stop before I help you guys. ... What do you mean? What I write ... I don't understand. What are we doing wrong for you to message me? Spamming your meaningless discussion." Again, learn to write, you fucking idiot. What is a discussion? We are not spamming, and if it's meaningless to you, it's not meaningless to us. We are not using slang or break chat rules. You try to say that we are not allowed to talk on a public chat because you don't like it. Spamming and arguing over longer time is against the rules. Wait. What exactly is this Thunderroad doing himself right now? He is spamming and arguing. Shouldn't he ban himself for something? And he's asking, where is the spam? Where in the rules is arguing against? And he's saying, I did read them carefully before, and he's actually right about that. He actually sent me a lot of screenshots, which I will show you. He brought out some of the specifics in the rules. And there is nothing in the rules that tells that you are not allowed to talk about game mechanics and like builds and stuff like this. There is no such rule. He just pulled it out of his ass because he specifically didn't like these guys talking about stuff in the chat. And then there is more. This guy is like, this is not a discussion, this is me telling you to follow the rules, and if you want to continue your discussion via DJ, what is a via DJ? You will have to take it private or else I will have to take action, the end, ... And he's asking again, I asked what rules I did not follow and you failed to clarify. If you have some other reasons to personally message me for talking in chat, please don't. I don't think this kind of harassment is okay, and I absolutely agree with that. They haven't broken any rules, he can't clarify what rules they broke, yet he just keeps spamming him. Since you apparently can't understand what I am writing to you, you will get an hour to think about it and maybe reading the rules again. Have a good evening. And he banned him for 1 hour just because he didn't like them using the chat. And then shortly after, another GM banned him for 2 weeks from the chat just because he posted this screenshot in the game chat. And the reason why he doesn't have any screenshots or the videos of the original chat where he posted like the screenshot or where he was talking in the chat is because as soon as you get chat banned, all of your chat history will be deleted. This includes the in-game chat and the chat logs on your computer. So he then went on the forums, he posted in the rule appeal section, and he also posted somewhere in public or something. And then that happened. His posts were hidden, his account was suspended temporarily, and stuff like that. And then his post just completely got removed. But anyway, the stuff you have been seeing on the background, he's scrolling through the forum posts and stuff. He has explained everything. Like, as you can see, you can just pause the video and read if you want to read it. I'm not going to dictate through all of it, but, well, you can clearly see it, you can read it. Then this horny Ochos guy, or Hornichos, or whatever his name is, that ignorant, corrupt senior game master. Wow, what is exactly master at? Master of corruption? Yeah, that's okay. I agree with that. Very corrupt master he indeed is. Look what he's saying. After reviewing the logs, la 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 la, you violated the following rule. And then he's saying player screenshots are not authorized by targem or gaijin, and we are also not obliged to check every external link. If it does not refer to the official sources, it will be penalized. And then he's pulling that out of his ass. How can someone have 18 out of 10 violations? And basically, yeah, he's saying accordingly the penalty was adjusted and the appeal is denied. And by adjusted, he means he got a permanent chat ban for trying to appeal a chat ban that was unjustifiably applied to his account. He also tried asking clarification from another GM over the Discord. This Seep _ is known as Seeba Runner. He's scrolling through the chat that what's going on, and basically this guy is absolutely clueless. Again, he explained everything what happened, and first of all, this guy has no idea what the previous chat bans were for, or violations actually, he didn't say chat bans. Like, how can he possibly have 18 out of 10 violations? That's not even possible. Like, I don't know how Russians are counting numbers. I think they're like counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 18. Maybe they are counting like this. No, excuse me. They are counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, vodka, 18. That's how they are counting. They lose the count at the vodka, you understand? So in meanwhile, they are like somewhere laying on a ditch, or like sniffing somebody's butthole or whatever, you know. They don't even know what's going on. They have absolutely no idea. So those violations, they just popped up to 18 out of their, you know, buttholes or something, you know. They sniffed it out of each other's buttholes, or who knows. Like, that's the case in here, okay? Nobody knows what these violations are for or where they come from, you know. They just pull them out of their ass. Let's look at closely what this guy is saying. Posting a link in general chat that has nothing to do with the game itself. What do you mean it has nothing to do with the game itself? It's a screenshot of the game itself. So again, this guy is not even reading what is said. He's like just pulling this information out of his ass. And on top of that, he's basically threatening him, saying that complaining in game or on the Discord server will result in further punishment. And complaining more to the other GMs will result in further action being taken, because it's turning into you harassing mods. I haven't seen him harass them in any way. He's just trying to figure out why he was banned for absolutely no reason. Like, just because he was using the chat, he was banned in chat. And then he was trying to ask why he was banned in chat again for posting a screenshot. And then for that he got a permanent ban because one GM pulled it out of his ass that apparently has 18 out of 10 violations. I don't see how this is harassing the moderators. It's completely the other way around. But the real smoking gun in here is that the moderators, including the senior game master, they don't know their own rules and their own policies. So, let me show you specifically. First, this horny Ochi is saying player screenshots are not authorized by targem or gaijin, while in their own terms it clearly says that visual images or so-called pictures belong to gaijin. It's so-called legal terms. It clearly states that gaijin is owner of these images and pictures. So what is he exactly saying that player screenshots are not authorized by targem or gaijin? It clearly says that they are authorized by gaijin. So that GM, that game master, is just lying in his face. And then he proceeds to say, we are also not obliged to check every external link. Wait, back up a little bit. So, if they are not checking every external link, then my question here is, how do they even know if that link refers to an official source or not? He's literally like speaking against himself. Like if the administrator or moderator doesn't check the external link, then how can one ban someone for an external link if they don't even know if that external link links to an official gaijin or targem source or not? So that right there is the smoking gun, that the moderators are just absolute ignorant pieces of shit. And finally, let's take a look at the rule 3.2.6. Any advertising messages, including advertising third-party game projects, links to sites on the internet, except for links to the official websites owned and or operated by gaijin or other parties on behalf of gaijin, as well as the parties authorized by gaijin, for example targem games, or their official pages on social networks and other public resources. Well, I'm not a lawyer, but I do have common sense and I can read English, okay? So, what does this exactly mean? I mean, other public resources, it could refer to that it must be an official public resource, but I mean, screenshot, isn't that officially gaijin property as they stated previously in their terms or copyright or whatever it is? It clearly says that screenshots do belong to them. Well, again, I'm not a lawyer, but I have googled and looked up some legal sources what the terms and stuff means. So let's take a look at their copyright when it says, okay? All services including unless otherwise specified by terms and conditions, gaijin grants the user a non-exclusive, non-sub-licensable, non-transferable, limited license to use services in accordance with their functions solely for private non-commercial use. They can't even write their own copyright terms. Like seriously, you're making typos in legal terms, but let's assume there is no typo. So, what does private non-commercial use mean? Well, once again, I'm not a lawyer, but I did look it up, and private non-commercial use basically means that if you're not making money with it, if you're not selling their assets, if you're not advertising or doing anything other than just using it for your personal use, then that means it's non-commercial. I mean, if there is some lawyer watching it, then please do leave your comment. I would like to actually know if this falls into their terms or not. From what I understand, he didn't do anything wrong, yet he was banned 3 times, and then the moderators were just pulling facts out of their ass. Well, time to sum all this up. So, even after they established that it was a mistake and the screenshot, the so-called external link, was an in-game screenshot and there was no violation at all, but they still don't lift the ban. They still refuse to lift the ban. So is all this really worth losing a loyal customer? I mean, look at his purchase history. He specifically made these screenshots to show how much he has spent money on this game, and they just unjustifiably chat ban him permanently, and he just refuses to play like this. I mean, chat is part of the game, and technically they have to provide that service, the chat service, because it is part of the game. Technically they are breaking their own terms and conditions by not providing the service that the player is paying for. But all this is irrelevant, all this bickering here and there. Just a question to these gaijins: is it really worth it losing loyal customers over such childish bullshit? He wasn't being rude in the chat, he didn't break any of the rules. Then this GM pulls it out of his ass that he has 18 out of 10 violations and gives him a permanent chat ban, only because he tried to appeal the previous ban, which was clearly being given out by an arrogant and ignorant moderator. So is all this worth it? I'm saying it again, Stay away from this entire Ruski piece of shit company and the game. The end.